What is going on, everybody? I go by Philly Mike, and this is the Philly Talk Podcast. Today, unlike my other interviews, we got a live stream and we got a special guest, Eagles linebacker, number 54. Y'all know who he is, Shaun Bradley. How you doing today, my guy?
Yo, what's up, bro? Appreciate you having me. What up, Philly Nation? What up, baby?
Yeah. We about to talk some football. Again, as me on the screen, the offseason is never a dull moment. I know you guys are putting in the work behind the scenes to turn around that 4-11-1 season. But hey, it's a new culture. We're gonna talk about that. But how are you doing today?
I'm good, bro. I can't complain, man. I'm better than I ever was, man. Elevating, growing, staying blessed, keep moving forward, man. How you?
I'm doing good too. So let's get into like the start of your career. So the draft process, you're waiting, the days are going, last day of the draft, and you get called by the Philadelphia Eagles after being a Temple grad. How did that feel, and how was that whole process?
Well, the day was crazy. Draft day was the craziest day of my life, honestly. But the draft process in itself was wild, man. I mean, from the time you start your senior season in college to the time it ends, man, it's a long grind. You know what I'm saying? You go and work out, you go into the Senior Bowl games, you go into the combine and things like that. So it was a long push, man. But I tell you, that day, man, it felt like forever. I ain't gonna lie. Once the draft first started, it felt like forever. But, when I got my name called, staying in Philly, man, it was like a dream come true for real.
Hey, I bet, you know what I mean? Like, you got 32 different NFL teams out there, all the different states. You are a Philly guy, and you get drafted to the Philadelphia Eagles. And like I said, we're going to talk about the situation at linebacker, but you got some time early, and we can see yourself in a situation where you get more playing time in your second year. Let's talk about your rookie season. So it's COVID season. How was that? How were you able to juggle learning all the new nuances of the NFL while handling the COVID testing, the not being able to be around a lot of people, not being able to be in the facility as much as you want? How was that from your eyes?
I mean, it was tough, but I told myself, just take it a day at a time, right? You just focus on each day, keep grounded, and just keep pushing. Because, prior to me coming into the NFL, I kept hearing about, it's gonna be tough. You're gonna hit a rookie wall, and I hear about all these things that it's supposed to be how tough it's supposed to be. But I just figured, I'm like, all right, well, maybe if I just go day by day, right, and attack each day, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna get through it eventually. You know what I'm saying? So, when I first got in there, I had to find my feet. I was trying to find my way around. I'm saying, didn't want to step on anybody's toes. Didn't really talk too much. Just trying to understand what was going on. You know what I'm saying? But towards the end of the season, the teammates, the players around me, they helped me get comfortable. I'm saying, you start to get used to everybody, start to learn people, and then you just back to playing football. So that's all it is at the end of the day.
Yeah, man. And it's like, you're like, I really don't got nothing to compare it to. Other rookies come in and they get the normal procedure. You got virtual this, virtual that, COVID this, COVID that. So hopefully we can get back to some type of normalcy in 2021, including the Eagles getting W's and just COVID out the way. Real quick, shout out to the channel members in the building. Rome One More, Stephen, Joyce, Lawrence, Tally, Lawrence James in the building. I see you guys. So from your last year at Temple, and your first season with the Philadelphia Eagles, what is one thing that you feel like you improved on a lot? Like you weren't that good in college, but you came in the NFL and you really worked on that.
I would say just read my keys. You know what I'm saying? Just in terms of reading the whole defense, you learn so much that first year. Like, it's such a transition. You think, like, when you come out of college, it's funny because you think you know everything. You really think you're like, everything, right? Like, nah, I'm gonna be all right. I'll be able to do this and do that. But you get an NFL playbook, and the detail about it is ridiculous, right? And it's just like the amount of the detail, the attention to detail you have to have on the field is just crazy. So I think just being disciplined in terms of how I play would be the biggest for me. Like, in Temple, I was more like see ball, get ball. I know this is my gap, but the ball's over here. You know what I'm saying? So, and Philly kind of taught me how, do the job and then go get the ball type thing.
Yeah. In college, you're playing against, you're not playing against the best of the best. So it's a lot easier for a guy who has the physical tools to read and react, get it done. But now you realize something that you were able to do in college. You make that one mistake, you don't hit your gap, you don't got that same closing speed. You know, the running backs, the tight ends, they're just different in the NFL. And sometimes it takes that to see it. And that's why, you know, like you said, people go through the rookie struggles, the rookie wall, because it's a longer season. But it's good that you got through it. And like I said, as we talked a little bit backstage, you know, you play some crucial minutes against the San Francisco 49ers off the top of my head. And the biggest one that stands out to me, and you elaborated on it, is the Steelers goal line stand. You went up there and just plugged the hole, and the guy didn't go nowhere. He didn't get any further once he met number 54 at the line. So that's always something that you can't complain about. Shout out to Eagle Slayer with the $5 super chat. He said, Temple stand up.
Facts.
There you go. There you go. A lot of people talking about Temple in the chat. So give me one of your funniest moments in the locker room, behind the scenes with the defense. You got a moment that was just like hilarious that you could share without, you know, putting anybody on blast.
I mean, yeah. I mean, this ain't gonna be too crazy. I would say, you know, I felt like somebody that really helped me out in terms of in my position group was Duke Riley. You know what I'm saying? He was real like you know what I'm saying? He helped me learn the playbook. You know, he helped me just learn how to, you know, interact with these coaches, be around how to be a pro a little bit. So you feel me? So one day in the team meeting room, you know, Duke always used to play the music. He used to always play the music before the team meeting started, all the meetings and stuff like that. So we in there one time, and he put this music video on, and I'm watching it. And then I see him in the music video. I see him on somebody's phone though, like he talking to him on the phone. I'm like, oh, he's just probably gonna be in a music video, right? Next thing you know, he busts out. He in the meeting, he busts out rapping, and it's him on the screen rapping the song, and it's his song, and it's his music video. He turned the whole joint on and started getting lit in there. It was crazy. So yeah, that was probably one of the funnier moments.
Well,
Sure.
hey, shout out to Duke Riley though for being that dude and also teaching you the playbook, because now, as we all know, he moved on to Miami. Much love and respect to Duke. Even a guy like Nathan Gary who moved on too.
That's my guy, Nate. Facts.
So now, like I said, the Eagles did bring in Eric Wilson from the Minnesota Vikings, who a guy who was undrafted, pretty much was that, you know, a rotation player, special teams. But then Anthony Barr goes down. He's tasked to, you know, play some heavy minutes, and he had a productive season. So this linebacking room is young. You know, it's young. You got Davion Taylor, Alex Singleton played some big minutes last year. TJ Edwards was fighting injury. So I'm interested to see how the draft of 2020 gets mixed in, meaning you and Davion Taylor. I'm going to like that. And as my guy, Al Kabir, the analyst, with a $4.99 super chat, shout out to you. He said the interview is huge. Bradley is going to be a problem in the league. There you go.
Appreciate it, bro. Appreciate you.
Definitely. Like I said, you know, all you can do is maximize your opportunities. And that brings me to my next question. You know, you spent a whole year learning the playbook through COVID problems under Jim Schwartz, and now we got a whole new defensive staff. You got a new linebacker coach, you got a new defensive coordinator. Just give me some things you are excited about when it comes to Jonathan Gannon and Nick Riles.
I'm excited about a lot, man. Like I mean, I told you backstage, like I had met with him, you know, when I first got there. Just had a simple conversation with him, not talking no crazy football or anything like that, but just their personality and their enthusiasm they had and the energy they wanted to bring and the ideas they had. It's just something you want, and especially for me being a young player, like I'm hearing this, and these are young coaches too, so it's like it goes hand in hand. So like I just felt like they were good people when I first met them, and I'm just excited, man. I dealt with 3 coaching changes at Temple, so you know I'm used to the staffs coming in and out. So I mean, it's a chance for us to learn the new coaches, them to get to learn us, and we get to build together. So I see it as like a whole new opening for us.
If you had to say right now, what is your best attribute as a linebacker? Like, what do you think you do the best? Whether it's rush the passer, cover, fill the gaps in the run. What do you feel you're most strongest at?
I would say like I like tackling, maybe tracking the ball. Like I'm good at like finding that. I'm good on like finding the ball, tackling. Even I would say I probably say more tackling because I'm aggressive, bro. I like you feel me. I get out there, I just got like I turn into this whole different person. You feel me? I don't know. You I just get angry and everything. Just you feel me. So I would say my aggressiveness, if anything.
Hey,
But
that's good. That's good because that will take you a long way in general. And like you said, understanding the playbook, all that stuff. And as you said, that was one of your biggest jumps, being able to read the defense, learn the playbook. Again, I mean, plays are plays, but the way offensive coordinators in the NFL try to scheme it up, they're trying to always put that bow on the offense possession, a lot of pre-stat motion. Guys like Kyle Shanahan and the San Francisco 49ers, they can run the ball, but they do it very they dress it up. They're very good at zone running, and that was a game that you played a little bit more in, and you did pretty well. So
appreciate
I
you,
like
bro.
that. Sometimes you just got to say, once the gap is open, it's just you and it's mano y mano. At
Me and
that
you put the ball down, baby.
there you go. There you go. So if you have one or two goals that you want to accomplish yourself for your second season, what would they be?
One, I want to win. For myself, that's for myself. Not even like I know that's a team goal, but that's for myself more than anything. I don't. I've been to the point where it's like winning is the ultimate goal, right? At the end of the day, so it's like that's why I play. I don't play this. I mean, I want the accolades. It's good to have the accolades. You want to be this and that, but I also want to win. I want to be a winning team. So first and foremost, I want to win, and then, I mean, I want to have for myself. I want to have the best possible year I can. I want to push myself all the way this year. I want to see how far I can go. You feel me? So I want to give everything I got. I don't like to forsay and jump the future and say I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that. And like I said, I take it day by day. But just know I got something for y'all.
There we
Let's just
go.
leave it at that.
Hey, shout out to everybody in the chat. Like I said, if you haven't done it, make sure you smash that like button. It goes a long way to push this content out. If you're new to the channel, you already know, subscribe to the Philly Talk podcast. And let's talk about the fans. You again, rookie season. You being in Philly, you went to Eagles game, you were in the audience, you heard that crowd get loud, especially on a big third down. Hey, that crowd would have flipped when you had that goal line stands. How was it playing with nothing but with nobody in the stadiums?
It was normal to me. Temple, we didn't really get too much. Temple, we probably had like 12,000, something like that, fans come to our joint. So when I came out to the link and they had like a little bit of fans for the first time, I'm like, yo, this looks just like Temple. You know what I'm saying? Literally no different, man. So I was used to it. I was going to like Tulane, places like that, Tulsa, where they had the same amount of fans. So I was used to playing like that. It didn't bother me one bit. I'm out there screaming, yelling anyway, so I create my own energy.
There you go. And yeah, like you said, they did have the first couple games limited capacity, and you're like, hey, that's right up Temple's alley.
Right up. I'm like, yo, this is just like I'm at home.
But hey, this year, like we talked about a little bit backstage, vaccines, you're gonna have 70,000 screaming Eagle fans, and you know how, like you said, Eagle fans are. We're the most passionate fan base. There's really no in between. We either love you or hate you, and the hate is not hate. It's we love you so much, so at times they can feel like they hate you. I mean,
Right. It's out of love, baby.
It's out of love, you know what I mean? Especially, how we treat the division opponents. I see some Cowboys fans in here. We always have people lurking on the channel from the Giants, the Cowboys, and the Washington football team. Let me ask you this question, though. Just being a fan of football in general and now being on the Eagles, which team do you dislike the most in the NFC East?
Cowboys.
That's good. There you go. He got to.
Can I curse on here?
Huh?
Can I curse on here?
Sure, why not?
Fuck the Cowboys, you heard?
Let's go. Hey, right there, you just got so many more points from Philadelphia fans. Like you said, I don't mingle well with the Giant fans and the Washington fans, but there's something about the Cowboys fans, how they year in and year out think they're going to the Super Bowl. And I just don't understand it.
I don't like that star, man. That's that ugly ass star. Just get something about it, man.
Hey, man, you fit right in. And again, you know what I mean? Playing against them twice each year. Hopefully, now that we got this clip, hopefully I can break down a game this year where it's like Shaun Bradley laid someone out on the Dallas Cowboys, and we could talk about it.
Yeah,
So
most definitely.
Talking about your new D coordinator, you said they got a lot of energy. You love how Gannon is. Nick Rallis, again, how do you feel about the age of the coaching staff? Do you feel like that helps you buy in because they're more relatable? Everybody's young, or what is the the most thing that makes you buy in from them compared to last year's?
Like I'm all about character, right? Like, you know, I give respect when respect is given, right? So I mean, the coaches, they come in there the first time I meet them, they, oh, how you doing? Like they're excited to meet you. It's not, hey, what's up? How you? You know what I'm saying? It's excitement. They're interested to meet you as a person. How are you? What you like? Stuff like that. You know, and as a player, you can't ask for more than that, because if you can relate to a coach, you can connect with a coach. It helps you even further your play, right? You're able to get better on the field. He's able to coach you harder. You know what I'm saying? You develop that relationship with him. Now you're able to have conversations with him that are, you know what I'm saying, it works better for the team. So, you know, I'm excited. You know, being young, like they bring a lot, man. They bring a lot of different energy. You know what I'm saying? So we had an older coaching staff. Well, we didn't have an older one, I wouldn't say, but some coaches were a little older than last year. But yeah, man, I'm excited overall.
Yeah, some of the overall consensus out there is how the Eagles coaching staff going to do being so young. But at the end of the day, age ain't nothing but a number, and it's just what your mindset is. Jonathan Gannon, he's been around. He's been under Mike Zimmer. He's been under guys who have a pretty solid defensive scheme, defensive philosophy. Hopefully he plays a little bit more zone. I believe he's going to bring that cover too. I think he's going to disguise some things more. Listen, at the end of the day, I love what Jim Schwartz was able to do in the long term because he
Facts.
brought us a Super Bowl. Much love. He's a veteran coach in the NFL, was a head coach for the Lions, came to the Eagles as a D coordinator. But, he gets a little bit too black and white, a little bit too predictable at times. I mean, if you have the right players, his scheme can go well. But, we were battling the injury bug. And so I think what Jonathan Gannon is going to bring is just a little bit more help in the secondary. And I think he's going to be able to make the linebackers' job a little bit easier because the front four is going to be asked to do a little bit more closing that wide nine. And then the linebackers actually go play freely. They're not worried about gap discipline as much as just being free, making a play on the ball, and all that stuff.
Right. Right.
Let me ask you this though. So the limited amount of time you played, who was the toughest matchup that you were on the field and you were just like, wow, this guy is strong? Listen, I got a green screen, the hooks be messing up. I just said I was doing a Sixers game last night and it didn't fall down like that, but it was messing with me and I said I got to get new hooks. But my guy Shaun Bradley said 415. Didn't go to the store and get the hooks. Then he pushed it back to 6 on me, so I'm gonna have to blame you on that one. No, I'm just
So
kidding.
I'll take the L for that.
Nah, I'm just kidding. But yeah, shout out to you again for coming on. Everybody's in here talking about how much you bench and stuff now.
Who they say how much I bench?
How much you bench?
Shoot, I don't even know. I haven't maxed out since I've been at the combine.
Hey,
Got my strength up though. I tell y'all that.
there you go.
243, baby.
Before my house fell down on me, or my studio fell down on me, I don't even remember what I was saying. Oh yeah, go ahead.
Who was the best player? Who was the best player I played against? Was
Yeah, who was the best player you played against, or somebody who just made something on the field and you were like, wow,
Lamar Jackson.
Lamar Jackson.
Everything you've seen and watched is real. He moves just like that. Like all the stuff you see on Twitter and YouTube, he moves just like that in real life. So it was just more of like, and I think it's even the mental part of it too. You know what I'm saying? Like you thinking so much, like you got to break down. You don't miss his tackle that you missed. He ends up getting you sometimes. So yeah, he was explosive, fast. It was crazy.
And so, do you remember like an exact play? Because you, like I said, you played in that game a little bit too. I know Davion Taylor got some snaps too. I remember Davion Tayller
Yeah.
tracking it down. Lamar did get the first down on that play. He gained a decent amount, but so do you remember like a specific play?
Yeah, I remember. So like first quarter, actually it was one of the first couple drives for real. He had rolled out to his right, away from our sideline, and I was chasing him, and he was running towards the out of bounds, but I was chasing him as well. I was just tracking him, but I was running as fast as I could, but he was still moving. Like it wasn't like he was like, it wasn't like you normally I gain a little ground, but I was gaining, but it was just like he was just flying. I'm like, oh man, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But
man, he got that legit burst, that
yeah,
that that Madden burst.
yeah, right out of that, get out of there.
So let me ask you, I think you're going to play a lot more this year. If there's one quarterback you're like, you know what, I want to get a sack on. Is there anybody? That's one of my channel members asked that.
Patrick Mahomes.
Patrick Mahomes. You want to elaborate why?
I mean, honestly, I've always wanted to. Since I've been in college, I wanted to get a sack on Patrick Mahomes. He was the main one, but I was going to say Tom Brady, but we don't play the Bucks, so you know what I'm saying, of course. And yeah, Patrick Mahomes, I got to, man. He
So
too nice.
let me ask you this though. All the quarterbacks, now we know Tom Brady is the GOAT overall,
Yeah,
but like quarterbacks in the league right now, who's the best in the game?
Pat.
Pat, right?
Yeah,
No doubt about it.
yeah.
I gotta agree. I mean, you just see what he's putting together. And
I
it's
mean,
crazy though,
Jalen, probably Jalen second.
There you go. Jalen Hurts, right?
Yeah, that's my guy.
Hurt season. So let me ask you though. Again, this team is young. We're looking at brand new coaching staff on offense and defense. You got young players on defense, and then you got Jalen Hurts being a second-year guy. Only had really 4 games under his belt. Now he's going to take over the command. How do you think he's going to do, and how do you think this whole team's going to rally around just everybody being young and just trying to grow the culture together because you got coaching staff, defense, offense so young?
I think we're gonna be good. I think we're gonna be. I think we're gonna be good. I mean, I love it. Like I enjoy watching, all the things about how the Eagles are doing this and that. I love it because we all enjoy it, right? We all talk amongst each other, but we're gonna be good. I think we're gonna be good. Jalen's gonna have a really good year. He's just he is like he's a stud. Like he just like a quarterback, composed, relaxed. You know what I'm saying? He leads. He's a hard worker. You know what I'm saying? We just running the other day together. So like he gonna be good. I really do believe that, and I believe this team is gonna be good. I think it's gonna be good this year for us.
Hey, gotta love that. Gotta love that. And as we sit now, we find ourselves in that period where everybody's waiting for the draft, and you're like, "Hey, I'm glad I don't got to go through that process no more. I already signed my deal. I'm on the Eagles." But
Yeah,
the Eagles did have the 6th overall pick. We moved back to 12. If you could put a little word up front, like if they were like, "Hey, Shaun Bradley, who do you think the Eagles should draft? Where would you go
right
with
now.
number 12?" Yeah, right now. If you just had to pick number 12.
Well, I mean, depending on who's there, I would either say we either go with I like either of the receivers, any of the receivers, the top receivers, Jalen Waddle, Devontae, Jamar. I got the Kyle Pitts. Any one of them if they're there. But I like Pat Certain too. I like the corner. I like the corner play. I mean, yeah, I like Pat. Or I really wanted Jamar, man. I was really a Jamar fan. I was
That's
maybe
where
because
we
I was
were.
biased. I was a Jamar fan back in college when he was in college, man. I was so I was sick about that. But nah, man. I mean, I'm cool with whatever. I really want a receiver. Yeah, it's fun for me though. I feel like I'm in Madden. I feel like I'm in Madden now when I watch the draft now because I'm on the team. I'm gonna be sitting here with my pen and pad, like, all right, we're gonna get him. Okay, cool. You know what I'm saying? So it's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy. And like, listen, when I heard the news that we were going from 6 to 12, like it felt like a gut punch because just before that, we heard the news that the Niners traded up from 12 to 3. So I was like, that's another quarterback coming off. That's just more leverage that Jamar Chase can fall to the Philadelphia Eagles. And I'm a big Jamar Chase stan. Eagle Nation was kind of split at first when we were at 6. Kyle Pitts, Jamar Chase, Kyle Pitts, Jamar Chase.
Right.
They're both talented, both very talented.
Yeah, for sure.
But now that we move back, I mean, again, when I thought about it, to know that we're going to get another first round this year, we got a 4th round pick. Like, this is how you accumulate talent. You get a possible chance because of the Carson Wentz trade to have 3 first round picks, young coaching staff. We got a young stud linebacker in Shaun Bradley already. You know what I mean? So it's a good building start. And like you said, at 12, there could be one of the Jalen Waddles or Devontae Smiths there.
Right.
The chat is asking, what about J.C. Horn? Because J.C. Horn started to move up the block.
Yeah, him too. Him too. I think he's a great player. I mean, he strapped Seth Williams down from Auburn. I used to watch that. I watched that tape 1,000 times of him doing that. But great player. Great player.
Yeah.
Him too. Him or Pat. I'm cool.
Yeah, and
Cool.
so that's pretty much where I got it narrowed down to. I think where we're at, you're possibly going to have either one of Jalen Waddle or Devontae Smith available, and
Yeah.
either one of Patrick Surtain or JC Horn available, because I don't see all four of them. And again, the crazy part is us moving to 12. The Cowboys are number 10. The Giants are number 11. And, there's always that pettiness between each team. So it's like
Right. You never
they're going to
know
pick
who's going
right
to.
before us.
Yeah.
It
Right.
was, and Patrick Surtain is being mocked to the Dallas Cowboys. And so, you guys will be playing them twice a year. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um,
Yep.
but
Yep.
but I think that's where they're going to go. Either cornerback or wide receiver, one of them four players. Which to me, I think you can't go wrong there.
You can't. You can't. Either or is good for me, and I'm happy with either or for sure.
Got you. So yeah, I was going to try to put you on the spot though and ask you who's better, Surtain or Horn. But you know what I mean, they're both
Personally,
talented.
I mean, I give you an honest opinion. Who I think is better. I mean, I haven't really watched too much of Pat's tape. I've seen him in person. He's actually a big corner. He's a pretty big corner. Um, I would say I like J.C. Horn. I like J.C. Horn. That Auburn game, man. If anybody get a chance to go watch that Auburn game where he regarded Seth Williams, I mean, Seth Williams one of the better receivers. It was ridiculous, honestly. So I mean, that wins me over.
There you go.
And he talks that talk. So I
Oh
like
yeah, yo,
talks
he
that
does
talk.
talk that talk, and in a vacuum, this is what I was kind of saying, because I've been making content on like my mock drafts, and I do like player comparisons too. I think right now, if you had to ask me, I think Surtain might get the one up for like starting as a rookie. I think he
Right.
might be able to contribute more, but when you look at the upside in totalities of career, I'm gonna go J.C. Horn,
I
and that's
agree.
where I fall with him. I think they're both stud corners. I think that if you want production right away, I think right now, Patrick Surtain, with his father being a pretty darn solid corner, he's just more technically sound to come in and contribute in the NFL right away. But you looking long term, I think J.C. Horn is a
I
dog,
agree.
and that's where I stand on that. So, like I said, I love this new coaching staff. That was one of my problems with the old coaching staff. And again, they put a ring on the finger, so I'm never going to be able to hate fully. But like the player development, you've seen players come in, struggle a little bit, whether it's the scheme or something. They go other places. They either get healthy or they start performing. So I'm very interested to see what Nick Sirianni and this young coaching staff bring. And like I said, I think your opportunity is going to be there. The linebacking position. No more Duke Riley, a veteran who was able to play some snaps. No more Nathan Gary. The door is open. And like I say, I don't know what the Eagles will do in the draft when it comes to linebacker. They're just a team that normally don't take linebacker too high.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So we definitely going to see about that.
It's all right. We're going to compete anyway, regardless of what it is. They got to all.
You're like, you know what? We don't need no linebackers in this room.
Right. I mean, listen, bring them. I tell them draft them. Draft them. Bring them in here. Come on. Show me. I want them to see what they got. Shoot.
Hey, I love that. I love a guy who loves a competition. Iron sharpens iron, all that stuff. Let me ask you this though, real quick. How do you feel about the linebacking room? Like I said, with everybody being young, but now you got the new linebacking coach, Eric Wilson, added to the bunch. How do you feel? How's that room going to perform this year?
We're gonna be good. We're gonna be good. We close, man. We good friends. You know what I'm saying? We talk. We got our own group chat. We talk and all that other stuff. We're gonna be good, man. Alex, TJ, Eric, Joe Bocci, Davion Taylor, Jannard Avery, Joe Osman. We're going good, man. We got a good group. So
yeah, Jannard Avery. They're gonna move him because when we traded for him from the Browns, I always thought he was more that joker, pass rusher type guy, but I wanted to see him in linebacker, and they try to use him more as that DN type.
Yeah.
So it's going to be interesting to see how he translates back there in the linebacker position. Let me ask you this though: who's the fastest linebacker in the group?
Now, Davion, but Ah, he has a faster 40 time than me and a 100-meter time. So it's Davion. I ain't gonna argue. I'll give him that. I don't like giving that to people, but I'll give him that.
There you go. Hey man, he's like, maybe I got the quickness. Maybe not the speed, but the quickness. You know what I mean? The lateral
We'll have to
quickness.
race one day.
There you go. There you go. Real quick, shout out to everybody in the chat. We got a $150 plus in here. Make sure you smash that like button. It goes a long way for the channel. Greatly appreciated. And I did have a couple more questions. I like the off-topic questions though, for sure, for sure. So again, it's hard to say because we didn't get to the draft yet. But if you had to give us a prediction when it comes to record, where would you kind of put us?
Oh man.
There is 17 games now. It's weird to say it. It's weird to say it.
Where will we put it?
Yeah, like
17-0.
woo, hey, you can't argue with the confidence. You can't argue with the confidence.
I ain't gonna say we're gonna lose no games, man. I'm 1-0 this year. We're gonna 1-0 each game, man. That's all I'm gonna, you feel me? Keep
Hey,
it like that. I don't want to say we're gonna lose to nobody. I don't like it. They gotta show me.
they gotta show me. Yeah, that's a great mindset. Never get to, because again, you see that in the NFL, you see that in just professional sports. You start looking past the opponent, and they knock you off because they're all there for a reason.
Exactly.
They're all
Especially
there for a reason.
Right. Especially NFL.
Exactly, especially NFL. And again, that's the one beauty about the NFL when it comes to the NBA, the MLB, and the NHL is there's no such thing as a series. You know what I mean? It's one and done. It's one and done.
One and done. You either win or you don't.
Exactly. Let's be honest though. Like you watching the Lakers take on the Miami Heat. If the Miami Heat steal a game in the championship, you're like, ooh, they got a game. But the better team is normally going to prevail.
Right.
There'd be so many different championships when it comes to baseball and NBA if it was the one and done mindset. And look, the Giants rode that all the way, knocking off the undefeated Patriots. That gotta hurt forever.
Right.
That gotta hurt forever. So with that being said, like I said, pretty much ran out of the questions. The chat's still going wild. Everybody loves the confidence, though. They love when you said 17-0 because that's all you can ever ask for. That's all you can ever ask for.
Oh, man, they think Davion. Oh, they knew Davion was faster than me, huh? I was a state champ, man. Let me live.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, that's the one thing that we said. A lot of the Eagles content creators said Davion Taylor coming out. The boy got like 4.3 speed, 4.4 speed for a linebacker. That's quick.
He was blazing. Davion can run for sure. He definitely can run.
Yeah, and so how is Davion? Because I know part of his thing too was just he hasn't had that much experience in football. Dude's athletic, very talented, but he just wasn't able to play that much. Being it like how his high school team was and his college team, he just didn't get that many reps. I heard that he was staying close to the facility in the offseason to really hit that playbook and learn. Have you been working with him with it? And how do you feel about, just like I said, I really look at you two as the young guys because you both came in that draft. And so, like I said, the whole chat that was here and a lot of Eagle content creators were definitely advocating like, look, we are, again, I think it's because the division was so bad and we were so close. But, we wanted to see the young guys get some more play because of how the season was turning out. And we knew there was going to be different things. So how do you feel about Davion's expansion of the playbook and just knowing what to do, and also yours as well from year 1 to year 2?
Yeah, Davion is my guy, bro. Like we came in together, obviously. So like, you know what I'm saying? We off the rip, we kind of built a little connection, you know what I'm saying? We kind of leaned on each other immediately off the rip just to kind of get used to things a little bit. But yeah, Davion, you know what I'm saying? He came the same way I did, you know what I'm saying? We kind of learned the same amount. You know what I mean? I guess like you said, he had a little less experience growing up. He had like different things he had to go through, which restricted him from learning football as much. But he picked it up quick. I mean, by the end of the season, he knew it just as well as I knew it. So, I mean, I'm excited. We work out together at the facility now, and we still work out a little bit together. So we always be talking about what we gonna do this year, competing. We always joke around like I'm gonna get more tackles than you this year, all that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? So, got a good relationship. We just excited, man. We ready to get back on the field. I hate, you know what I'm saying? It just, after a while, you just hate the talking, right? You hate to be like, yeah, we're going to do this and we're going to do that. It's just, all right, let's get to work.
Let's get to work. And let me ask you this too, and this wasn't on my question list, but as we started talking about certain things, Now I wanted to ask you on it. How do you guys feel, mainly you, about the extra game being 70 weeks?
I don't really have a preference to it. I mean, last year was tough. I wasn't used to playing 16 games for sure. It got to me a little bit week 14. I would say I was a little tired. I could feel it, but I mean, it's another game of football for me. I wouldn't mind playing another game. They took away a preseason game, I believed. Yeah, it's gonna be tough though. Your body's gonna hurt, but you gotta adapt to it. It is what it is. Can't complain.
Yeah,
And we just
and
gotta
I
get that win now.
gotta get that win. And as you said, coming in as a rookie, everybody talks about hitting that rookie wall. As you said, you weren't used to playing 16 games, so now these rookies are coming in and they're getting the full fledged 17,
All right,
especially
buckle up.
so you're like, welcome to the NFL.
Right. Tighten your chin strap.
Yeah. Let me ask you though, since being in the NFL, how much weight do you think you put on? Like, I mean, just like change. Like you came into the draft, you were tagged at this weight, and now you sit around.
Well, yeah, so I graduated. The last game at Temple I played, I was 225. I'm like 242 right now. So I put on a lot. You know what I'm saying? I feel good. It was just, for me, it was all about developing, honestly, because I played 1 year high school football, so I really I didn't train as much in high school at all. If anything, I was always running track, so I was always skinny. And then in college, we had so many different weightlifting coaches that came in and out. They all had different schedules of how they lifted. So one was focusing on more strength and upper body. Another one was focused on more like little technical shoulder stuff. It was just different. So I never really got the consistency that I needed in training. And then once I finally got out of college, I was able to focus on my eating and lifting and getting bigger. And now I'm starting to grow into my body a little bit. So it's paying off, man. I feel good at 241, 240. So it's great.
Hey, that's good. Like I said, a lot of people are always concerned with like certain players' weight coming out of college. Like, one of the things they like to tag on linebackers and wide receivers is that they're too small. And you're always gonna put that weight on. You're always gonna, not always. I mean, you got to be dedicated. You got to be a grinder. But that's one of the knocks on like Devontae Smith is that he's just so little. But I mean, he was tearing up the SEC. So I mean, he's
Sure.
doing something right. You know what I mean?
It was.
But yeah, man. Glad to have you on. Like I said, it was crazy. Crazy. A couple more questions that the people want to ask, I guess. So, who's your favorite basketball team?
Lakers.
Lakers. You didn't get
Lakers.
converted to the Sixers at all?
So I grew up. My favorite athlete ever is Kobe Bryant. I grew up a Kobe Bryant fan. R.I.P. to the Bean.
Facts.
I've always been Lake basketball. I love basketball from the kid, but the Lakers was the first sports team I liked ever because of Kobe. So and then he died. So now I really like. People were like, "You gotta become a Sixers fan." I'm like, I like Philly. That's my second favorite team. I like them. You know what I'm saying? But I can't go away from Kobe and the Lakers. I can't go away from my team. I
All right,
can't.
man. And it doesn't hurt that LeBron just won a chip for you guys. You know what I
Yeah, I'm
mean?
saying, and now everybody like LA. Everybody a Lakers fan now because LeBron. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it ain't that bad.
Kirsten said hoagie or cheesesteak.
Cheesesteak. Come on. I'm a Phillies fan too. If they wanted to know that, I am a
Philly.
Phillies fan. Yeah, I was there. I was watching the World Series and everything. I remember everything. Phillies fan, baby.
Let me ask you this though. So did you play linebacker your whole career, or did like when you were younger, you dabbled in some wide receiver, some running back?
I was always a running back. When I grew up, I didn't start playing linebacker until my freshman year of college. When I got to Temple, I was always a running back though. Went to Pop Warner. I think I played tight end for like my first 3 games, and then they had this play for me. This is funny. I had this play for me. It was a tight end reverse. And they ran it to me the first 3 games, and I scored on it every single time I got the ball. I would score on the same play. So they had to move me to running back, and then ever since then, I played everywhere I went. High school, running back. That's all I played. And then I got to college. They wanted me at safety. I was terrible at safety. First couple of practices, and they moved me. So, yeah.
Got burnt.
I mean, it was just like I was big. I was a bigger kid. I probably came in there. First of all, I was skinny, right? So I told you I didn't have a lot of weight. So I probably was like, I was a safety, like 6'1", like 213. You feel me? And then every
Yeah.
day in college, I was gaining weight. So now next day I was coming in at 215. And then I was 217. They're like, yo, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm not doing nothing. I'm just, you know what I'm saying?
So if you had to pick, and I think we talked about this backstage a little bit, but what your greatest play moment as an Eagle so far?
Greatest play moment. Uh, I would say for sure the Steelers, the goal line, for sure. I mean, close would be the Saints. That little fourth down play I had where I ran with the receiver, that was pretty crazy. That joint was live. But yeah, definitely the Steelers
Who
game.
was the receiver again?
Emmanuel Sanders.
Woo! He's a little older, but he can still get it done.
Boy, he was moving. Listen, if he was to that ball, man, it'd have been a tough one because he was moving.
Yeah, man, that's tough. That's tough. Exactly. Whenever you get a linebacker matched on a receiver, linebacker gotta put in that work.
You
Gotta put
feel
in
me? You
that
gotta put
work.
that head down and run as fast as you can.
Yeah, but then you're hoping that he doesn't come out of his break.
Right, right. That's the last thing, right?
But hey man, like I said, shout out to you. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Appreciate you. We got 181 people in here. Like I said, Philly fans, the greatest ever, like I said. But we can't be losing too long. We can't be
Hell
losing too
no.
long. But for the people that were in here, man, Sean Bradley got the right attitude. He's saying 17-0. We ain't talking about a loss until somebody shows me.
Facts. There you go. You just said it, literally, bro. Just like that, literally.
Just like that. And it doesn't hurt that our 17th game is the Jets, who physically never beat us in the history of the team.
Oh man, we definitely can't lose that. Then.
Yeah, we can't let that. And low key, my brother's a Jets fan, so
Oh
it is what
man.
it is. Yeah, I don't know what happened. He fell far away from the tree. I don't know what happened to him. Shout out to Philly 52 with the $5 donation. He said, Sean, what do you think is the biggest need on our team? And I hope you have a great year. We need you, bro.
The biggest need on our team. Um, Dang, I'm kind of biased, man. I'm friends with everybody, so I ain't gonna say we need any position. Certainly, I would say the biggest need for the team is to win. That's what we need to do. And I appreciate you, bro. I appreciate that. I appreciate the love. We are going up this year for sure.
Much love, much love. Yeah. And for those tuning in a little late, we did ask Sean Bradley who would he draft if he was picking at 12. And he flirted with the Alabama wide receivers a little bit, but then he came around to possibly a cornerback, either Patrick Surtain or JC Horn. But of course, he said you can't go wrong with any of them Alabama boys too. I mean, they get it done over there. They
Sure
get it
do. Damn
done.
right.
They get it done. So we're gonna ask one more question, I guess. Meek Mills or Cassidy?
Meek Mill. Oh my God, not even close.
Not even close. There you go. With that being said, like I said, as we get closer to the season, maybe get you on here again. It was fun. Like I said, and normally, and because I wasn't sure and all that, normally I would have scheduled this like a lot more. I only put this up like 50 minutes before we went live too, because I wanted to make sure you were good. I didn't want to get the people like I'm about to talk to Sean Bradley, and then you're like, nope, I can't make it. I'm all like,
Right,
geez.
right.
So once I seen the thing and you were cool, I said, I put it up. So this was in a spur of the moment too. And like I said, we got some people in here. We got one more donation, $5 donation from my guy Vic3, channel member. He said, what are you looking forward to most out of playing in the new scheme?
Like you said before, man, just letting linebackers play. It's not. I ain't gonna give too much of it away, but it's not. It's more freely. We're able to roam and make plays on the ball and things like that. So I'm able to let our athletic abilities show. A lot of us are athletic in that room, and now we get a chance to really expose that and do some athletic things. So I'm excited about that.
Yeah, man. I think Jonathan Gannon is going to be able to, like I said, I think he'll play a little bit more cover two, a little bit more zone. I just think the linebackers are going to be able to be used more exotically, like I said, more linebacker blitzes, some dropping back in coverage. Because again, shout out to Jim Schwartz for what he did for the Eagles, but the gap discipline was at an all-time high for the linebackers when you see a Y9, because it's a Y9. There's big gaps, and if they're not filled, running backs running up the middle free. So
Right up the middle.
right up the middle. But yeah, and so for the people who didn't come into early and coming in late, the team he dislikes the most in the NFC East is just like all of us, the Dallas Cowboys. So he's definitely looking forward to playing them too. With that being said, we've been on for just around 45 minutes. We're going to get going. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Make sure you smash that like button on the way out. And if you are getting in just now, Don't be afraid when this ends. Just boop boop, hit the rewind, rewatch it because we chopped it up. And then he did break my studio for a little bit, but I was able to regain it. You know what I mean? I'm just kidding. With that being said, you got anything for the people before we get up out of here?
Man, listen, stay tuned this year, man. I know everybody's wondering what's going on and what's happening. Just stay grounded, stay focused. Let's get ready to roll. Stay with us this year.
Until next time, y'all know what time it is. We out. Peace.